finally, we are inside the wildcard gym. Marami pong tao naghihintay sa pagdating ni Manny Pacquiao. But before that, here's one person who's responsible, also one of the people responsible for Manny's rise to fame in the boxing world, Bob Arum. We got to talk to him and we asked him what he thought about this fight and Manny's training so far. Bob Arum, we spoke to you, was it 2 months ago at the press conference? Has anything changed since?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, everybody is really getting up for this now because there's not a ticket to be had for the fight. I've never seen interest in a fight like this in the last 30 years. I mean, this is really something. Everybody wants to see this fight. News media that never covers boxing, like Time Magazine, New York Times, are all over the fight.
Well, you know, they say everyone's interested but Manny. Some people are speculating that he may be too relaxed coming into this game. There were some misunderstandings, expectations not met with regard to his training in Baguio. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I think he's had a great training camp. And I think Freddie, who I talk to all the time, is very pleased with the training. The Baguio, Freddie had reservations about Baguio in the beginning, but even despite the typhoon, he was fine with it. And Manny has looked great at the Wildcard Gym. You'll see that tomorrow. And so no, Manny really looks better for this fight than I've ever seen him.
You think he's taking this fight seriously?
Oh, absolutely. Manny Pacquiao knows that the hopes of his fellow Filipinos, whether in the United States or in Asia or in the Philippines, are riding with him. And he takes that responsibility very seriously.
Some people are saying this is going to be a match between speed and power. Speed is Manny's strength. Power, they say, is Cotto's strength. You know, in your years of experience in boxing, which one prevails?
Well, that is the conventional wisdom. You're correct. Cotto's power against Manny's speed. But realize this, Cotto has very fast hands. So he can negate speed like he did with Mosley. Manny has this explosive punching power. So who's to say that Manny's explosive punching power doesn't equal Miguel's thunderous punches? You know, in other words, what I'm saying is either guy can beat his opponent at his own game.
See, the thing is, that's why they're saying it's a battle of who will come out strong in the early rounds. Does this mean we're in for really spectacular round 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, they're going to test each other early. And then they will decide if one feels that his game plan isn't working, he will go to plan B. And then the question is, can he make the adjustment in that plan B? This is going to be a real fight, you know, which will require a lot of thinking on the part of each fighter. The one big advantage that Manny Pacquiao has in this fight is Freddie Roach, because Roach is the best cornerman and trainer in boxing today.
And Roach has also predicted that Manny is going to knock out Cotto in the 9th round. Nobody wants to argue that because Roach has been on the dot.
Well, that's true, but you have to understand my friend Freddie Roach. A lot of what he says is to get into the head of Manny's opponent. So I take whatever Fred says with a grain of salt.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
In Vegas. And as Bob Arum talks about how great it is to have Coach Freddie Roach in Manny's corner, ito naman ang taong he used to work with Manny pero ngayon ay nasa Cotto corner na siya. And some people are saying it could be dangerous because of what he knows about Manny. Here's our interview with Cutman Joe Chavez.
Because when I had a contract with Oscar De La Hoya, so I went with Oscar De La Hoya, and he hired somebody else, and he kept him, you know. So it's not that I jump ship or nothing. It's just that happened, you know.
Is this going to be a factor now that you're on the corner of Cotto and he's going to be fighting Manny?
No, it's the same. It's going to be, you know, because I'm just a cut man. I'm not a trainer, you know, that I can see things. Manny's training and Cotto, so it's, you know, you never know how the fight's going to unravel, you know.
People are speculating, though, that because you were once close to the training camp of Manny, you know a little bit of secrets, a little bit of things that he has in his armory that he can use against Cotto?
Not really, you know, because when I go to work somebody, I just keep my mouth shut and do my job. That's all. You know, so I don't come and say, oh, this and that, because maybe someday I'll be working, because I first come, first served. I work, and I don't talk bad about anybody, no, you know, I just keep my mouth shut.
People might find it hard to believe that Cotto's camp is not asking you anything, whatever you know about Manny.
Well, you know what? They got film and all that. That's enough. You know, they got the videos of other fights and everything. So maybe I'll sit there and comment something, but I'm not, you know, out there saying, oh, this and that, you know.
Right. How about your assessment about this fight?
Hard fight for both of them, real hard. Speed against strength, you know, so.
Freddie Roach is saying that Manny can knock Cotto out in the 9th round.
I don't, no predictions. I don't know, but Cotto's been working out real good. So, you know, they're both going to be in good shape. It's going to be a hard fight.
Well, you've seen how hard Cotto has been training. What do you think is, in what aspect do you think will Manny have a hard time against him, aside from his strength?
He can box too. He can box and punch. So, you know, it's going to be a hard fight. And he's a full-fledged welterweight. You know, he's fought nothing but welterweights. So that's a factor there, you know. Okay.